ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا
Good evening and welcome to RTA News. Today is Tuesday, March 11, 2025. I'm Sulaiman Talash. Sardar Ahmad Shakib, the ambassador of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan to Pakistan, met with Maulavi Abdul Salam Hanafi, the economic deputy of the Prime Minister in Kabul. Mr. Shakib presented a report on the activities and programs of the embassy and the situation of Afghan refugees in Pakistan, saying that the Afghan diplomatic delegation is making efforts to resolve the problems of the refugees. Maulavi Abdul Salam Hanafi emphasized the importance of good relations between the two countries and added that the Islamic Emirate is committed to supporting Afghan refugees living in Pakistan. Foreign Minister Maulavi Amir Khan Muttaqi met with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Oman in the capital Muscat. In this meeting, both sides discussed strengthening political, economic, and social relations and resolved to open a new phase of bilateral cooperation. Mr. Muttaqi called security, balanced international relations, and investment opportunities in Afghanistan an important achievements of the government and urged Oman's investors to take advantage of this opportunity. At the same time, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Oman assured Afghanistan of his support and expressed his hope to expand political, economic, and trade relations. The Islamic Emirate, in response to the remarks of the UN Secretary General's Special Representative in Afghanistan, said that the Islamic Emirate has tried to live in interaction with the international community and to obtain all Afghanistan's rights in the United Nations. The deputy spokesperson for the Islamic Emirate says that several countries are creating obstacles in this regard and adds that the United Nations should make decisions about Afghanistan independently. We have more in this report.
At the Monday meeting of the Security Council regarding the assessment of the situation in Afghanistan, Reza Tambayeva, the UN Special Representative for Afghanistan, said that the Islamic Emirate wants Afghanistan to rejoin the international community. It should take the necessary steps in this regard.
Unfortunately, the United Nations office under the name of UNAMA has been present in Kabul for 3 years. But its views on Afghanistan has not been accurately reflected the needs or desires of the Afghan people. Their actions do not precisely address the problems of Afghanistan or the wishes of its citizens.
However, the deputy spokesperson of the Islamic Emirate, in response to the remarks of head of the UNAMA, said that the Islamic Emirate has tried to live in interaction with the international community and adds that if the United Nations does not come under the influence of a number of countries, Afghanistan can get its seat in this organization.
Afghanistan has made every effort to engage with the international community, which is important for the country. Additionally, Afghanistan seeks to benefit from the rights it holds at the international level within the United Nations. However, unfortunately, some countries create obstacles in this regard. The United Nations must make decisions based on integrity and sound judgment, without being influenced by the politics of major countries.
In the Security Council meeting on Afghanistan, representatives of Russia and China have called on the international community to start cooperating with Islamic Emirate and pave the way of interaction instead of pressure.
To interact with the current Afghan government, the sanctions imposed on the Islamic Emirate should be removed, and travel ban on senior officials of the Islamic Emirate should be lifted. Humanitarian aid to Afghanistan should continue, and the US should release Afghanistan's frozen assets without conditions.
In the recent UN Security Council meeting, China and Russia stated that the only solution for Afghanistan is dialogue based on facts. Afghanistan has demonstrated a government focus on economy, prosperity, and security to the world. As for the conflicts being discussed, I hope the world will find a solution for Afghanistan through dialogue.
These statements come at a time when the UNAMA mission in Afghanistan ends on March 17 and the UN Security Council will meet to discuss the possible extension of this mission.
Mullah Abdul Latif Mansour, the Minister of Energy and Water, visited Khatamul Anbiya orphanage in the Zurmat district of Paktia province. The minister gave necessary instructions to the teachers and students of the orphanage about education and upbringing, and also presented these students with clothes for the upcoming Eid al-Fitr. Tariq Ali Bakhit, the special representative of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation in Afghanistan, met with Segad Erganer, the former Turkish ambassador to Kabul and Director General of South Asian Affairs at the Turkish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to discuss Afghanistan. During the meeting, which was held at the Organization of Islamic Cooperation Secretariat, both parties discussed possible areas of cooperation with Afghanistan. We have more in this report.
The Organization of Islamic Cooperation in Afghanistan, in a press release, said that Tariq Ali Bakhed, the special representative of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation for Afghanistan, met with Segad Erginay, the Director General of the South Asian Affairs of the Turkish Ministry of Foreign Affairs and former Turkish ambassador to Kabul, and discussed possible avenues of cooperation in areas of mutual importance, including the political, economic, and humanitarian aspects of Afghanistan.
The two sides discussed possible ways to cooperate with Afghanistan and emphasized the importance of supporting the Afghan people and continuing constructive dialogue with the Islamic Emirate on various issues. They shared views on resolving important issues in the light of relevant OIC decisions.
It is the responsibility of the government to take the necessary steps to fully implement the remaining elements of the Doha Agreement, so that we can reconnect with the international community.
The two sides reaffirmed their commitment to continue exchanging views to advance the common goals of peace, prosperity, and stability in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan must maintain relations with its partners, especially in the economic sphere. We must convince every country, organization, or institution with whom we share mutual interests. Bringing them in, convincing them, and attracting their cooperation is beneficial for both sides.
It's worth noting that earlier, the special representative of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation for Afghanistan met with Maulawi Amir Khan Muttaqi, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Islamic Emirate, and discussed security, education, counter-narcotics, economy, humanitarian and development assistance, strengthening the representation of the Islamic Emirate in this organization, and a number of other issues.
The Minister of Refugees and Repatriation says that 21 Afghans have been released from Pakistan's prisons and returned to the country. The ministry adds that these individuals had spent between 5 and 25 months in prison due to a lack of legal documents. The Ministry of Justice says that the technical delegation of the Commission for Preventing Land Grabbing has returned about 116 acres of land belonging to the Ministry of Hajj and Religious Affairs in Faizabad city, the capital of Badakhshan province. According to the ministry, the Commission is trying to identify all the lands that have been grabbed. The Ministry of Transport and Aviation says that work on a project worth over 73 million Afghanis has begun at Maulana Jalaluddin Muhammad Balkhi International Airport in Balkh province. According to the ministry, the project includes the construction of a parking lot and a waiting area for passengers. And the final one is that police officials from the Interior Ministry announced the arrest of more than 10 individuals in connection with various criminal offenses from different provinces. According to the ministry, these individuals were arrested in connection with robbery, possession of weapons, and use of alcoholic beverages from the Ghor, Nangarhar, Samangan, and Ghazni provinces. And that's all for tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. Stay with us to stay updated. Have a good night.
ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا